Northrup. Welcome to Glimpse TV. I'm here with my really good friend Nancy Levin, and we're at the Crown
Plaza Hotel
in
Times Square.
And Nancy, this is actually her second time on Glimpse TV, but the first time there was a very irritating high-pitched noise in the background, and I was saying earlier, it did not meet the extremely high production value standards of Glimpse TV. So we're here.
We're doing it again.
For the redo.
Redo.
So
Do-over.
Do-over, yeah. Which is also called a mulligan. Did you know that a do-over is called a mulligan?
But
so
I
you
like
can
that.
ask for a mulligan.
Ask for a mulligan.
At any time.
I love that.
Yeah.
Do-over. Mulligan. Love it.
So we're doing our mulligan episode.
I love it.
And so Nancy is the events director at Hay House Publishing Company, as well as the author of Writing for My Life.
Reclaiming the Lost Pieces of Me, A Poetic Journey.
Which is so beautiful. So she's going to read us a poem in a second, so don't go anywhere, because it's a really beautiful one. Well, I don't know if you're reading the same one.
I think I'm going to.
Okay. It's
I think
delicious.
it's fitting.
It's very yummy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Nancy.
Yes.
You have been, ridiculously hard at work. Nancy's one of the most organized, hardworking people I've ever met in my life. And how many days a year would you say you travel?
There are years that I think the most days in 1 year I was on the road was 213. Mm-hmm. And, it averages around 175 days a year on the road, producing events all over. And I also, another claim to fame is that I've gone 73 days in carry-on luggage straight. True.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
And Nancy manages to always look very fabulous. So you must be, I know you're an expert packer.
It's just crinkling up lots of little dresses.
And you look great in them.
Thank you.
Now we're going to do a fluff piece.
Okay, good. Now we're doing a fluff piece.
It's going to get deep in a second, but I have to ask you,
okay,
because I've been traveling a lot lately.
Yes, you have.
What happens to go out the window is my workouts. So I'm just curious, how do you fit time into your busy schedule to work out?
It's so interesting that you asked this question because, we're going to merge fluff and serious all at once.
Oh, I love that. That's my favorite.
It's true. So my book that Kate mentioned earlier is actually, it's like a poetic memoir of really the journey of leaving my marriage, leaving an 18-year long-term relationship and marriage. And how this ties in is that I was married to a fitness trainer. And I even was a fitness model for a product,
really?
As you well know.
Yes,
as you well know.
Okay, yes.
So I was upheld to a certain standard of physical activity, of looking a certain way, and of being active in a certain way. Mm-hmm. And I found that actually, as I was going through the process of leaving the marriage and getting divorced, it also sort of corresponded with a realigning my values of my fitness and of my body and of my exercise and of the way that I wanted to incorporate fitness into my life instead of the way it had been sort of drilled into me.
Yeah.
So, that being said, I still absolutely make it a priority to, when I'm on the road, work out, whether I go for a run, whether I go for a walk, whether I do yoga, whether I go to the hotel gym, something like that. But I'm also much more forgiving of myself than I ever was, or than anyone else ever was of me. So that's also been a really interesting experience for me, of just learning how to be less hard on myself and realizing that I can't really do everything all the time. I can't work out every single day on the road. I can't. Some people can, but it's not realistic for me. And why should I set a bar for that and then fail and then beat myself up? I'm so not into beating myself up about anything anymore. So good. I did it for so long. I'm so not into it. And as Cheryl just said, as Cheryl Richardson, we're actually at a Speak, Write, and Promote, Become a Mover and Shaker seminar. And as Cheryl Richardson just said in the other room, if I spend my life trying to please everybody, I spend my life.
That was
and I was like,
that one was good.
It was just like,
knew.
Boom, and I was like, it's true.
Right.
Have
you heard The Truth will set you free, but first it'll piss you off.
Right. Same thing. Yes,
I know,
it's
you're
perfect.
like, really?
Yeah, I know.
That's so right.
You know, so I'm kind of like now on this whole rampage of like, I really am not about the business of pleasing everyone anymore. Mm-hmm. And I've learned, especially over the last year of doing some really, really hard things, that I am a better person for it, and I have truer relationships than I ever imagined because of the vulnerability that comes along with not actually putting the face to the world that says, I am Superwoman, I can do everything, I know everything.
Even though you're running conferences called I Can Do It. Sometimes you just have to be like, I can't do it.
Right.
Not today.
Right, not today.
And actually, Nancy,
and that's okay.
One of the best gifts Nancy has given me, we were out to lunch in Boulder, and I was having a meltdown about something.
Yes.
I think it was about my mother, actually.
Yeah, sure it was.
If it's not one thing, it's your mother.
It's your mother.
So, anyway.
I know the feeling.
She said to me, that you said, how about I talk about you in the third
person?
How
about she said.
Nancy said, you said to me that it's really a gift to show that vulnerability, and that the people in your life will be able to, in a way, love you more.
Love you deeper.
Love you deeper because they're loving the deeper layers of you.
They're really loving you. I mean, I feel like for so long I didn't even let people know me. Mm-hmm. I was so afraid to let people really know me. I was so afraid to know me. Right. I mean, really, that's the bottom line. I was so afraid to know me. Then I was so afraid to let anyone know me. And once I started peeling back the layers and let people in and let my own vulnerability, shine through, that's where the sweet spot is of real connection.
Totally. So, in the name of vulnerability and showing the real deal, will you read your poem?
I will.
Okay, and I'm going to just go over here because I think it's better if you just do it by yourself.
And what's exciting to me about the poem that I'm reading, this whole book, as I said, it sort of takes the reader on the journey with me of every parts of deciding to leave the marriage, the pain, the struggle, the wanting to stay, the wanting to leave, all this different sort of turmoil. And then a major part of my actual being able to leave was when I actually began to feel my body and my heart thaw. And I began to feel for the first time. And this poem actually is about that. So it's sort of after the horror and into the transition of really being able to be with myself. And it's called Being Held and Belonging. It all changed. The mood, the pulse, the pace, the swelling. The room itself was swollen, grounded in trust, as if my body was a napkin being pulled through a ring from the pelvis deep into the earth, or like a candle melting down from the inside, dripping and pooling at the base of my spine. If I was someone who would say, it's my kundalini coiling and rising, then I would say that. Now allowing my body to feel the sensation of wanting. Don't have to try so hard. Don't have to try or think at all to conjure anything to get myself anywhere other than where I am. The point of contact, the point of entry, as friction gives way, purely physical response, riding the edge of the wave, unharnessed pleasure, blossoming and going over, the richness, the yumminess of it, the heightened sense of being held and belonging upon return to this body and breath. Let go of the ground that has held you. Recognize that your only hope is to be comfortable with the uncertainty. So much strength and stamina found in the ungrounding, sailing past safety. I can't go back into the darkness after finally emerging into the light. With you, I am learning how to be loved.
So good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So this book has many other delicious verses and poems.
Thank you.
So you can find it on Amazon.
On Amazon.
So Writing for My Life by Nancy Levin, and the link is below. And you can also follow Nancy at Nancy Levin on Twitter.
You can, at Nancy Levin. And my website is nancylevin.com.
Yeah. So all of it is below. Thank you so much. I'm so happy we got to do our mulligan.
Kate.